Hello guys, welcome to Co Academy. Guys, in this video, we'll be talking about a very important concept in gender studies, and that is the concept of patriarchy. This concept of patriarchy lies at the heart of many feminist theories, and you will find it in many topics in gender studies. So it's very important to understand as to what exactly patriarchy means. Using the common sense definition, patriarchy applies to male domination, male prejudice, and male power. So, if you talk about, the definition of patriarchy in layman's term, it's simply uh, male dominating the woman. Okay, that is the common definition of patriarchy. But when we talk about sociology, it means the absolute rule of father or the eldest male member over his family. Now see, within sociology, the definition is more subtle and nuanced. It means that within a family setting, either it's the father or the eldest member of the family who enjoys absolute authority. Okay, so it has to be necessarily a male figure. When it comes to feminist theory, uh, when it comes to feminist theory, it refers to the masculine domination over women. Okay, so as a concept, it helps to understand the subordination of women. It's not only a descriptive but analytical concept also. It explains the relation where men have privilege over women. Uh, it gives men the right to control women's productive and reproductive labor. Now that is the essence of this definition when we look at patriarchy from the feminist perspective. In general, it's about masculine domination over women. Okay, and men dominate women, and women are in a subordinate position, and this gender relation is such that men have privilege over women. But stripped to its essentials, it's the right to control women's reproductive and productive labor. Now, what is reproductive labor and what is productive labor? Reproductive labor is simply, when women work at home and they are basically bearing the children, they are raising the children, and that labor, of course, is not considered by anyone. It's essentially a thankless and unpaid job. That is a reproductive labor, and men control that. Men decide when to have kids, and men decide that women has to bring up the kids. And what is productive labor? Productive labor is when you go outside in the society and you are involved in the production of goods and services, and of course in return you earn a wage. So men also decide whether women will participate in the productive labor or not. Most of the times, of course, in nuclear families, women are not allowed to take part in the productive labor, and since they are not allowed to take part in the productive labor, it means that they are not earning anything. And if they are not earning anything, then of course the one who earns gets to get the command. Okay, so feminists basically look at the women's oppression from two perspectives. It's that men control their reproductive as well as productive labor. And the term, this patriarchy is often considered the opposite of the term considered opposite to patriarchy is matriarchy. Matriarchy implies rule of female or woman power. Across the world, we find no matriarchal society. It is an illusion. Okay, so all across the world, it's just an opposite. But you won't find any society in the world where women have dominated. Some people say that in the traditional societies, when there was no concept of private property, all that was produced was consumed. In those societies, women were actually in power in the family because they had kids, they had children, and since there was no concept of private property and father did not own any private property, the female actually had more power in the society because they had children. Okay, they had boys. So, but of course, it's just a theory that primitive societies were in fact matriarchal societies. In the next video, we'll talk about gender discrimination and what exactly are the defining features of gender discrimination. Of course, we all have a generic idea that what it means, but whenever we're talking about this definition within a subject, there are core defining principles to it. So that's it for now, and we'll discuss the rest in the next video. Thanks for watching.